and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147. It is Sunday WIP and Waffle time, so I am working on my current diamond painting. I did get a chunk done last night. I can't remember if I got another section done since the last WIP and Waffle. I cannot remember, but anyway, I'm here, which is about slap bang middle, I think, pretty much middle-ish of the painting. So we will be over halfway once I've done this, and hopefully it will speed up a little bit from now on. But let's zoom you in. So I've uncovered a couple of sections. It might be a little bit smaller than 2 sheets of cover paper this time, because I think I uncovered just a little bit more to get this little bit of AB when I was doing it last night. So I uncovered 3 sections. I do have 3 pens with me to use today. So I have this one, which is my current favourite. It has putty in my 4-placer and a glue dot in the end. I then have this pen from P Jelly. This has putty in it. It's had putty in it for quite a while, so it's older putty. This one's actually been really nice to use for ABs as well. However, the putty multi-placer didn't like the ABs when I was doing this huge section of them over here. So what I did was, because I was kindly gifted 2 4-placers, is I have one here with blue wax in. So this is my 3rd pen. This is for multi-placing ABs. I have to fill it up quite often, top it up quite often, but when I have a big chunk of ABs, which I actually do have quite a bit on here, this has become ideal. So if you see me switch between multiple pens, that is why. But I'm going to start with the 939. I've actually emptied another tub, so I'm going to switch my lids over. I'll just get rid of the little trash bits inside. So I'm going to switch my lids over, and I'm going to take this off because this is now empty. I think Luna's barking at something. Anyway, it's Megan's problem. And then I'm going to top this up because I do want to do some multi-placing, because we have the big alien to do. So I want my normal pen with putty. So anyway, I hope everybody has had an amazing week and weekend. Enjoying the last of your weekend as you're watching this, unless you remember watching it a little bit early. Yeah, so I hope everybody has got everything done they want to this weekend. I'm hoping to quilt my daughter's quilt this weekend that she wants to take to uni with her. I'm just waiting on my batting for the inside to turn up. I was a bit short on backing fabric. That has turned up this morning, so I'm hoping that my batting turns up soon, and then I can do that, because I am actually filming this on Thursday while Megan is packing advent bags. So Megan's having another day packing items into advent brown bags, and then I pack them into boxes. Then we do the same thing again as a second round. And then I pack the final few items into bags and put them in the box all at the same time. And then they're done. But another batch has gone out today as I'm filming this. I'm actually hoping by the time you're watching this, we should be pretty much up to date with all pre-orders out. We were saying September because you never know what's going to happen in life, but I think hopefully we should have had all pre-orders actually out. Let me just get that diamond that I threw everywhere. because it's on general sale now. Does this go up on the 1st? I can't remember what date's the 1st. What date is the 1st? Yes, it is the 1st of September as this goes up. So yeah, pre-order has now finished. If pre-order was ordered like last minute, then it will probably be going out on Monday anyway. But yeah, they're up for general sale. So the only difference is to the pre-order offer is shipping will just be at cost. But yeah, it's been a productive week. Okay, comments, etc. So we are on the last of the comments from June Waffle. There are a few that will sort of appear potentially in a week or two, but they're comments that have been left. I read the comments in the order in which they're left. So if people are catching up on June Waffle themselves and are a bit behind, then their comments might be a bit behind. But I'll try and highlight when comments are on certain WIP and waffles so you guys know potentially where we're up to, if it's relevant. I'm trying to work out if that's a misshaped diamond. No, I think I just haven't pushed it in properly. So Lady Dax, she says, thank you for another great June Waffle. She says she thinks the word/sentence in the UK was Joseph was faffing about where to go. Yes, faffing about where to go, faffing about with his hobby supplies. So it can, to me, I often use faffing more in the context of faffing about with designs for cover paper, like, you know, messing with them, testing them. Yeah, messing about is what I tend to use faffing for, though it can be as well sort of, you know, trying to decide in that way. She says, thank you for the well wishes about P. Jelly's thumb. She said, however, she managed to get her around her crochet problems. So poor Stitch is still a UFO. She said she is back at the fracture clinic tomorrow, and they'll be expected to be told if her thumb is fine now. She says, fingers crossed. No crossed thumbs, just crossed fingers. She says, see you back here in July. Much love to you and all the zesties. And as we know, P. Jelly's thumb is all good, because my Thursday WIP and Waffles, most of the comments are up to date. Lily says she is so excited. So she's watching this on July the 1st. She says she loves my channel, or she says lovely channel. Time to pre-order her advent goodies. Which is amazing. Yeah, and here we are. I'm reading the comment as pre-order is ending. Melissa, she says, yay, it looks so good. She said Diamond Art Club released a new Mrs. Butterdee called Artist's Shop, she thinks. She says, have you seen it? I've probably seen it because I do read their emails when they come in. However, I can't picture it in my head, so it mustn't have been enough to completely grab me when scanning an email. Especially because I'm not on the lookout for paintings at the moment. So it's more they need to jump out at me than I'm paying close attention, if that makes sense. I'm not paying close attention to any paintings at the moment. I'm itching to, but I feel like I need to finish a couple more first. She says she thinks I'd love it. She said it kind of looks like the same girl in Artist's Room. It probably is. There are definitely a few of hers that have sort of caught my eye, or at least I've looked, especially because they often have like a unique look, but not enough for me to be like, okay, that's straight on my list. Though I'm sure once I've got a few more in my stash, I will build up that wish list quite easily from a few different sides. Mrs. Joe Violet says she loves the quilts. She says, thank you for sharing. I know, I can't believe that quilt is actually now finished. It is finished on a chair, waiting for full-on winter to set in. Though it feels like it's getting there. We've actually got a dry day today. I have currently been washing everything like towels, sweatshirts, anything big, bulky, and everything else, because even though it's supposed to now be nice for about a week, I don't believe it. So I am trying to wash everything that is bulky, that is a pain to dry indoors, and then if the weather does decide to be British and go miserable again, then so be it. It can be British. Brianne, so she's commenting on the 29th. She says it's the last time until December that you hear me say I will speak to you tomorrow. Instead, it was I speak to you soon. And even if I know I'm going to be filming a video for the next day, I still always say that to err on the side of caution. She says, thanks for another wonderful June event. She says she's truly enjoyed our time together and she loves seeing all the updates in the Facebook group. She says she's excited to see the new launch next week and excited for the Advent pre-order. She says, thanks for all the work that we put in to keep in. Hang on. Will you stick? I think I just need to slide my putty about and make sure it's level. Thank you for all the work you put in, keeping us zesty going with lovely accessories and entertaining and educating us with your videos. Oh, bless you, Brianne. I absolutely love it. Love it all. Enjoy it. I do sometimes wish I had a bit more time for some YouTube videos that are a little bit different. But I'm sure things will quieten down at some point and I can maybe concentrate on a little bit of that a little bit more. Once the Christmas madness has calmed down before the rest of the Christmas madness starts. So the shop Christmas madness will calm down and the rest will start up. Sue Crafts, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she likes my channel. Thank you, Sue. She said she does diamond painting. She says, and does anybody else have to go back when you miss a number? I often do. It infuriates me knowing that I've got a symbol or a number that I've missed. So you will often find me going back and filling in that one just so that it stops taunting me. Because I do think they taunt me. They just keep going, you've forgotten me. You've forgotten me. I remember that you've forgotten me. And that's all that I can see when I miss one. So I do like to go back and fill it in more often than not. Female versus life. She says, hi Zesties and our fearless leader. Bless you. She says she is still working on Wonderland. She said, and it is driving her OCD crazy. Oh no. She says having a lot of issues with the drills, not all drills lining up. She said because it seems that all drills aren't created the same, which is true. There are some that are a lot better than others. She says this is a Diamond Art Club kit. She said so she's not sure what happened to these drills. She says unless this is one that they hadn't worked all the kinks out. Quite possibly my first square Diamond Art Club, I think it was a Mandy Manzano, I wasn't too happy with either, but they have definitely got better. She says she's too far into it to reach out and get one, even if it is an option. She said so she is just dealing with it. Big girl pants. That's what it is. Big girl pants. And just getting it done. She says she's definitely looking forward to doing a round drill painting afterwards. Be like a little reward. She said she can't believe how fast June was. She says, looking forward to more WIP and Waffles. She says, after your very deserving break. She says, take care, everyone. Yes, it was a fun June waffle. The break definitely went by super fast, though. It often does when I take a break off YouTube. It's like I can just fill the YouTube time straight away. It's not like I stop, it's more like I switch gears on what I'm doing, but it's all good. We're having a planning admin type of day tomorrow, which we'll have already had by the time you're watching this. So if you see a load of extra social media posts start appearing, it's because Megan's been busy. Rather than our sort of standard ones at the moment. And I'm actually really looking forward to it. I love it when we have our planning sessions, days. It helps me get everything straight in my head. And I actually do love planning what I'm doing per day as well, which is what we've been doing this last week. I find it so much easier when I know in advance, rather than trying to figure out, is there a child around, or do I need to film with Luna about, which doesn't always work, especially because every van door now she decides she's barking at, so makes it all the more fun. Tracy, she says she wants to thank me, she says, for all the company this month. She says she got so much done, which is awesome news. Productivity is always good in my book. I love being productive, whichever that may be. I'm hoping for another productive day today. With filming this and getting finishing up the next batch of Advent so that I can get a load more out tomorrow. I've got a load already lined up for the postie for today, and then hopefully I can get a load more out tomorrow. I feel like I need to fill up this wax again. I don't know whether I actually filled it up though when I finished doing a load of white yesterday. See how it goes. I'm on some more ABs, which is why I've grabbed this multi-placer with my wax in. Just tried to pick up 4 diamonds and it just went, nope, I'm going to drop them all. It'll all figure itself out in the end. Diamond painting with the Edwards. She says she had so much fun with this event, and watching this beautiful painting come to life. She says gorgeous colours. She says she has a bit of an itch now to do a fall event. Bless you. Events are good for the motivation side of things. Right, this wax. Where did I put my wax? Oh, it's here. I actually had to go rummaging for some wax because I'm so used to just passing on the likes of my toolkits that come in kits. I'm so used to passing them on to others, like some care homes and things, so that they can do activities, that I couldn't find where I'd put any wax. I ended up finding some, but it took me a hot minute to find some. But it does get like coated with the AB coating ever so slightly. Nowhere near, like, it doesn't stick to the diamonds like the glue dots do, or like the putty's doing in my multi-placer. But it definitely pulls off some of the coating, which means it gets a bit gammy after a little bit, and I need to change it. I'm not sure if you can see, but my wax has sparkle. It has AB sparkle. I think it might be due a complete take out and put back in, but let's do these single ones first. When it's such a small amount of putty in a pen tip, putty seems to work great with ABs, though it is a bit better if it's been used for a little bit on normal diamonds, like gunked it up a little bit. And then I've always got my AB pens as well. I tend to flip between this one and my AB pens, depending on which one I just grab. Once this one, when I have to change the putty in this one and it becomes too sticky for a bit, then I'll probably go back to my AB pen. I like having options and choices. Dee says she loves the finish. She's been taking it easy as she's hurt her elbow. Not nice. Though she did manage to get a third of her second UFO completed at the end of the waffle. She says you definitely deserve a good break, and thanks for daily video uploads for the month, which was a wonderful month. It is. It's always a good month in June and December. Always good months. Becky, she says she wants to add to the chorus. She says this was her first June waffle and she loved it. She said your dedication in doing it every day, she says, with all of the water and weather issues, she says, is truly amazing. I'll take the water issue over the flipping weather issue any day. Oh my goodness me, it was hot some days in June. She says, on another note, she says, will there be an Advent diamond painting coming out as well? She says she's pre-ordering the Advent and would like to have a diamond painting to work on too. Yes, the diamond painting that we're actually doing for the December Advent event is due out September. I think we've actually pushed it back a week because just to make it a little bit easier for us to be sure that things are here and we're all ready. So we're looking at 20th of September. For that, though we'll start giving details sooner, of course, but the actual launch date, we're looking at the 20th of September, just to make things a little bit smoother on this side for us. Yeah, just makes the whole process just a little bit calmer. Right, I'm going to change the wax in this pen. In fact, I was just able to pull that out with my fingers. And let's get another nice chunk of wax in there. I find it needs just a little bit more than just one dip, because I think I'm going to do my white ABs. and then I can get on with the rest of the colour, because there is a lot of white ABs in this one. I've already gone on to my second tub of them, and I have a third tub too. Mysterious Days, she says, honestly, Rebecca, she says, your dedication to being entirely honest, she says, even with blind bag photos, she says, is amazing and honourable. Oh, thank you. She says, happy birthday to Lewis. This was a comment from the Waffle on the 28th. She says, today she's watching as she does the dishes, as the last few days, she says, has been crazy. I'm always happy to be somebody's company while they do the dishes, by the way, because doing the dishes is, frankly, an awful job. So if it can pass by a little bit quicker with me being company, then I am all for that. Well and truly. She says, Mum wants the entire house cleaned by Sunday, and if she does, she gets a reward. When you're done, do you want to come and do mine? To be fair, it's not awful, but I do feel like the dishwasher hasn't been emptied yet today. I've put washing on. Karis did clean up the kitchen yesterday, but I haven't even emptied the dishwasher and stuff yet today, which I really need to do. But I wanted to make sure I got some Advent orders out today, and then I had a routine blood test at the doctor's, which I haven't even taken this thing off yet. So I had that at the doctor's, and then of course I want to make sure that I get this done. I was like, oh, the dishwasher can always wait until just before tea to sort of get cleaned up. Quite often whoever's cooking tea, which primarily is Megan, but quite often if she's cooking tea she empties the dishwasher while she's doing it. So, but yeah, the house doesn't so much need a clean, just needs a bit of a straighten up more than anything. But I'll get there. There'll be more time for that tomorrow potentially, once we've got through our admin list, depending on how long that takes. She says, so she's going to start with 4 days of dishes. Oh, goodness me. She says, then she has a doctor's appointment to refill her anxiety medication. And so soon they'll be going to Costco to get a laptop for her mum. And she said that they could go into Metro Atlanta to the Apple store to see if it can be fixed, which would be good. She says when we do, she says she may ask to go to IKEA since she's never been, and she needs a third Billy bookshelf. Never been to IKEA. Oh my goodness me. It's not a nip if you've never been. That's for sure. It wouldn't just be a pop in to IKEA. That's a day trip if you've never been. So many different things and so many ideas, and depending on what we're doing and what we're trying to organise and stuff, what departments we focus on can completely change. And sometimes we literally are in and out in 10 minutes because we know what we want, and we just go directly to the warehouse because we know all the shortcuts, and we just go straight there, get in, get what we want, get out. But it doesn't always work that way, especially if you've never been. Aaliyah says she's watching this on the 1st of July. She's on the 20th of June, and she's using the stock purple pen today as well when she's watching the 21st. So Aaliyah's on a bit of a catch up. Life must have gotten busy. though it's sort of end of uni time, I think, for you, Aaliyah. Finishing up the uni year. Oh, and it's getting close to getting ready for the next one. Next year of uni. Creeping up before you know it. Michelle, she says, hi Rebecca. She says, thanks for the June waffle. She says she didn't finish her painting, but she only has a few more sections to go. Well, I still reckon you got further on with it than you may have done if there wasn't a June waffle. But life has that habit of affecting things sometimes when you least expect it or even want it to. But I'm sure you'll probably be finished by now. She says she hopes that I enjoy my break and get some me time for myself. She says thanks for all that you do for the Zesties. Thank you. I got things a lot more organised when I took my time off. It was a lot more shop time, but it was a lot more organisation on that side, which is always good for my brain. Getting things organised. Even it doesn't necessarily mean I need to get everything done, but quite often it is just a matter of getting organised and a plan, and that makes me a much happier person. Alley Cat says artist room turned out beautifully. She said she's sad that June waffle is over. She says, but she's sure I might be a bit relieved, only because of the hot days. That is the only thing. I don't do well when I'm really warm. I just don't like it. She says, I hope you get what you want done in July and get a bit of relaxation too. That reminds me, I actually told hubby off yesterday in a jokey manner. He got home from work yesterday and I was like, can I ask you a serious question? And he's like, what? I'm like, why on earth, when I got up this morning, was the heating on? I was absolutely cooking. Now, there has been the odd time, guaranteed, that it has been cold, which has been fair enough. And he may have put the heating on for a short while. But he normally always turns it off. Because the weather is, it's normally just a matter of half an hour to get rid of that chill in the air, and then it's fine. Well, apparently he turned it on to bleed the radiators because we couldn't find the key to sort of bleed the air out the radiators. So we turned it on to do that because we got another key, and then forgot, just left it on. Yeah, it was absolutely cooking. I went to the loo and the bathroom radiator's on. I'm like, you are having a laugh. No wonder I'm awake. Yeah, it was the thought of, it was the conversation about being too warm that just made me go, yeah, that's the last time this happened. Right, I've just noticed I have a few red ABs. So this has got quite a bit of ABs, this one. So I'm going to pop these in and then I can just go back to the one pen. One pen, normal diamonds. I always find you end up with two AB diamonds stuck together a lot more often than you do with other diamonds, like the coating sticks them together. And normally I love it because I put them both down at the same time in the same place because they're friends. But I didn't have any there I could. Right, done with those two pens. Pop them in my drafting table drawer. Okay, what should we go for? No, let's go for that number 7. Grey Legrand, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she's been using hot glue to secure some of her pen pen tips. She says she hasn't tried to remove them though, because she wants them in there. She says hot glue comes in handy for a lot of things. She says there's a command hook on the bathroom wall, she said, which the adhesive failed, but it's stuck back on the wall with hot glue. To be honest, one of the kids might have a hot glue gun. I need to ask them. They're not expensive. It's just never something that I've used, so it's never something that I've just picked up because I've never had to use it. So I've just realised I've got more 7s than I thought. But yeah, I do want to try that with pen tips. It is something that I am quite keen to try, especially because these 4 places don't often like to stay in pens, but I do want to be able to take them out because I do actually move the 4 places about, depending on what is my favourite pen of the time, and I don't want to be buying them for every pen at Diamond Art Club prices. Though, to be fair, we sell 4 places in the shop. I could just put a few more of those on my pens, because I like using those as well. We will test the theory. If they don't come out, then I just won't hot glue this multi-placer, and I'll hot glue the others in instead. Aaliyah's watching the 23rd of June on the 2nd of July. Grey Legrand, she says, hi Rebecca. She says, which do you sell more of? She says, AMZ or Zesty trays. To be honest, it's very, very even between the two. Probably ever so slightly more towards the AMZ tray. If I had to pick one or the other, it is ever so slightly more towards the AMZ tray. But they are very, very similar in sort of numbers, according to which size people prefer. And a lot of people do use both. So I use both all the time. I primarily go to my AMZ tray on most paintings I work on, but with my Paint Gem Minis, I gravitate more towards Zesty. With this one, I think I initially gravitated towards Zesty a bit more, but then realised that there is actually some chunks of colours that are quite a decent amount. So went back towards AMZ. I like working with both. The difference is with the AMZ, I will tip more diamonds in than I do on the Zesty. And with Paint Gem Minis, that's far too many for what I actually need. She also says, she's hitting pause. She says Lego. She says today is Tuesday, July the 2nd. As she's posting this, she says her Milky Way arrived in the mail this past weekend. She says the box was so big and so heavy. She says the outer shipping box said it weighed 12 pounds, which is 5.4 kilo. She said it's an amazing build. She says the image itself is built on 15 lots of 5x5 slabs, 5-inch slabs, which is 12.7 centimetres square. She says, so she's limiting herself to 1 slab a day. That's what I did. I did them 1 a day until I completed them. The colours of this painting actually would go rather nice with the Milky Way, potentially, all the pinks and the purples. She says yesterday her sister called when she sat down to do her section. She says she wants to savour it, so she left the Lego and went to work on her diamond painting instead while they chatted. She said, talk about me time. I absolutely love it. That's exactly what I did with my Milky Way one. did it bit by bit, a section each time, a bag, or it was a bag of Lego for each sort of section, so it worked out quite well. I've actually taken it into the Zesty shop, Zesty Zone, to put it up on the wall in there, because I think it'll look really good in there. I was thinking of putting it up in my craft room, but I want to actually put more trays up on the wall to free up some shelf space. Though, to be honest, no, I think I still want to put them up there. I don't actually need the shelf space. I was sort of collaring a shelf and a half for some of my quilting stuff, but I actually don't need to do that now. I'm actually going to move it all into the conservatory, so it's in one place right near where I sew. But I still think I can use the shelves much better for my diamond painting storage than trays. While I love the trays on the shelf, they just don't need the depth of the shelf. So I'd rather put them on the wall, and then I can actually see them all, and they're not making me waste half a shelf, really, which is what's happening at the moment. I'm wasting half a shelf because I want to see my trays and there's nothing behind them. She also says, gorgeous painting. She says, thank you for the waffle. And she says, enjoy your little break. Thank you. Lulu says, amazing job and thanks for June and all you do to keep us normal. Bless you. I don't know if I keep you normal, maybe just a little bit weird. That's what we are in this house. We all have just a little bit of weird, all mixed in. Amy, she says, her badge, she says she is so behind. She was going to do the giveaway. Or she says, not you, it's me. Oh, apparently some rats have made a lot of holes. And there's a dead one round the back of her flat. She says she got rid of them. She says, but the housing are doing nothing really. They don't check bait boxes until somebody tells them. Or if someone has them in the flat, then they have to pay for the rats to go. And she says she can't pay again. Sounds like you need to get in touch with an MP and have a very, very big moan and see if they'll take it on for you and get them to do something about it. Brianne, she says, what a great June waffle. She says, thank you. She got 1.5 kits done. Go you. Both around the 50 by 55 size. So a nice good size in there too. Just checking for me. Checking if I'm done or not. She says they were round, so they went a little bit quicker. She says she likes how square drills look, but she's definitely slower with them, which I get. It is slower with square drills, plus there's more of them. She says she's excited to see my progress for my next Heaven and Earth design. She says she hopes that I'm able to film my prep process for figuring out drills and such. Yes, that is my plan. So my plan is to actually not so much prep a video at all. And I've sort of done small videos on, you know, this is a good way to order, or this is a good thing to ask, or anything like that. You know, when you're doing sizes. And I've sort of done videos from my last Heaven and Earth design, sort of giving you the details that you need, but not sort of figuring it all out. So what I thought I would do is, as I say, no particular prep, just here's my chart that I'm going to be doing. Let's get my list. Let's figure out how many diamonds I need. Let's pull up pull up details on my computer and let's just see if we can figure out and get them ordered. Like, it could be for people that like more structured videos. It won't be a structured version of a video. I've sort of done one of those with my previous This Is What You Need to Do. It will definitely be a bit more of a let's fly by the seat of the pants, pretend you're sat across the table from me, let's do this together. And then if I find that there's any sort of more new relevant information that would be better condensed into more of a structured video, then I can do that in the future. This will be more of a, this is how I'm figuring things out, this is what I'm thinking while I'm figuring things out. So that if you hit the same sort of snags, you know the thought process that I'm taking. That's the type of video that I was thinking of doing on prepping for my Heaven and Earth design. You will literally get the thoughts of my brain as I'm doing it, which is not necessarily a good thing. We shall see. Matthews Callens says, hey Rebecca, thank you so much for the waffle, and he said he loves the results so far. It's now the 4th of July as he's watching the 27th waffle, but they're coming to the end. He's now over 1/5 of his Pikachu, which is a 50 by 70, and he loves it so far. Wish you a good day, a good week, and shalom. Good day and good week to yourself too. I hope you've had an amazing one. I hope everybody's had an amazing one. The Craft Diamond says, we have a collie and she is extremely active. She said collies need lots of room to roam and a mega amount of playtime. Yeah, I did think collies were a high energy breed. They recently lost their 14-year-old poodle, who kept Molly very busy. So now Molly herds birds and squirrels. We actually had a squirrel on our roof the other day, on our conservatory roof. It was very surreal, very weird seeing that bushy tail up there. We don't normally see squirrels around here. Like, we've not got a lot of parkland behind us or anything like that. Luckily Luna didn't see it. Sometimes we have to be quiet so that she's not seen it. Yeah, but I'm sure Luna would well and truly chase a squirrel given half the chance. Leah, she says, too much going on with her mental health. So she is watching the 26th of June on July the 9th. She says she's got a meeting with uni tomorrow, which she's very anxious about, but she is hoping that more support can be put in place. It's amazing what unis can do now to help and support. So I hope that meeting went better than what you hoped. Better's always good. The Crafty Diamond, she's on catch up as well. These are catch up comments. She says, hi Rebecca. She says she is also a paint gem girl. She doesn't plan on purchasing any Diamond Art Club minis. She says she has so many kits. She says, but everyone that comes out, she usually buys it. So you're in my club. I am just as bad. If Paint Gem bring a kit out, I'm having it. I just absolutely love the snack size of them. The sense of accomplishment that I get. She says, thanks for all that you do. You are so welcome. And yeah, I agree. I'm a Paint Gem girl. I'm just going to stick with my collection, my ongoing collection of paint gems. Right, that half around my alien's body is done. I've just got this to do. And we are now up to some of the first waffle on this painting on the last day from beginning of July, but my YouTube has gone from saying that a comment was left 2 months ago to saying that it was left a month ago. It's probably a bit more than a month and a half ago, but anyway, I'll take it. I'll take the progress and run with it. Right, have I got any more of those? No, I don't think so. So Kaz, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she hopes all is well with me. She says she is eagerly awaiting her launch items. She's debating whether to get the advent calendar at the moment. Well, I hope you made your mind up as to whether you did or not, and if so, took advantage of the pre-order offer. If not, you still have the chance to get it. She also says, me again, as she was watching, she said you missed an arrow near the top left hand side. Well, hopefully I found it by now. If I didn't, I haven't actually spotted it on any of my diamond painting sessions since, so it might have to stay there. Cat Lady, she says, lovely to see you back again. She's busy with packing, she said, so she may be playing catch up for a while. Well, the videos will always be here for you to catch up on, even if it takes a while. Christina, she says she has never heard the phrase, things have gone pear-shaped. She says, but from the first time she heard me say it, she said she loved it. She said it's so descriptive and funny sounding. See, I don't even realise when I come out with these phrases that I've known for years. And yeah, it's not until somebody comments and it's like, oh, is that not normal? But yeah, things just go pear-shaped. They can occasionally go pear-shaped. And yeah, it's another awesome phrase. It is one, I think it's one that pops into my head. It's not one that I have to think about using. I probably have quite a few more. We'll see how long it takes for them to rear themselves and somebody to get a giggle out of it. Hennies says, hi Rebecca, says centigrade to Fahrenheit is ×2 + 30. Said have a great week, Zesties. Yes, I do remember somebody giving me the formula for it. The thing is whether I remember it. I have to use it for a while, so there is a formula that will give you the rough amount of diamonds that are on a canvas. Which is times in the width times the length times 14 for rounds or times 16 for squares. And it is now stuck in my head, but for ages I've actually had it written down in the back of my logbook. And it isn't until I've actually used it quite a few times before it sticks and I can just, you know, conjure it up when needed. Just takes a while for things to sort of to settle in there and for my brain to decide that information can stay. But yeah, my brain works wonderfully at times. Fee, she says, hi Rebecca. She says this video is the first that she has watched in a long time. It has been a while since we've seen you, Fee. She feels like her current working process is also lagging due to it being the most complicated she's ever attempted to complete. She said work has been taking over her life, which it has a tendency to do at times. So make sure you give yourself a stock check as whether it's something you want or not. And if it's not, find a way to take your life back. If it's something you want, then great. But if it's not, then sometimes it needs a bit of a check-in with yourself, just to confirm. She says, but all fingers and toes crossed, she should be promoted in her job soon. Woohoo! So that's why she says she's been feeling more out of it than normal, which is understandable. If you're going for a promotion, that's where it's like, okay, yep, I want this. I'll give it X amount of time, and then reevaluate, just in case you've got a company that doesn't do the right thing. But in August, September, she says she's got quite a bit of time off and holidays planned. So more time to rest and diamond paint. Woohoo! She says she'll definitely see me like your videos more as she slowly goes through them. And she's hoping that by the end of September, her beast of a kit will be done. Then you need to give yourself an easy one for a while, especially if life's got hectic. She says, thank you for keeping me company. You are more than welcome. And I'm sure there will be loads of nice long WIP and waffles to help keep you company while you do plough through your monster painting. Ruth, she says she's loving the password for the giveaway. So this is on a June Waffle comment. She's loving the password for the giveaway. She said it's her youngest grandchild's name. And great WIP and Waffle. She says your channel is excellent. She said thanks very much. Oh, you're so welcome. And yeah, it's nice that we've picked a good password. It was probably just the first one that popped into Megan's head. But yeah, I like that it's got that bit of meaning too. Doro, she says she has loved the WIP and Waffle. She says that she's really missed the last few weeks since the June Waffle ended. Yeah, it is a bit of a sort of change in pace when you're used to watching one every day, and then all of a sudden I go poof. She says she's currently on the last section of Sakura Festival. She says she'll show it in the group when she's finished, which I'm pretty sure I've seen. There's been some amazing completions in the group so far. I've not had anywhere near as much time as I normally do or as I hoped, but I did get to do a bit of catch up yesterday on some of the posts in the group, and I just love seeing all the completions. User PJ3 blah blah says welcome back Rebecca and family. She says really love having you back with your videos. She says missed your friendly voice so much. Oh bless. You've got a few to I've got a few comments to catch up on, so you've still got quite a few decent length videos coming as I do big sections of this, and we can get to the point hopefully of getting another big painting done, because I'm due a completion myself. Dee, she says welcome back, hope you had a good break. She says we did miss you, and it was a great treat, she says, after the break, because I did a nice long WIP and Waffle. Inga, she says hi Rebecca. She said she likes doing black and white mystery kind of paintings, she says, once in a while. Those definitely take longer, she says, and she misses the symbols way more often. She says, but there is something satisfying about seeing the picture come to life in colour. I agree. I love a mystery painting for that. Would I want to do every painting as a mystery painting? Heck no. Not a chance. But it is nice to do one every now and then, like a little bit of a change up. It's like the Heaven and Earth design. That's nice to do as a change up. It's nice to have had a break while I've done Walking in the Rain. But then it will be nice to go back to doing one on a blank canvas after. I think as long as it's in moderation, anything can be great. Or most things can be great in moderation. She says, remember back in 2021, she said when she'd recently started diamond painting, looking for a mystery with poured glue. She said on AliExpress, she finds one with review pictures. She ordered it and then she received it and it was double-sided tape. She says she was so mad and disappointed. She says, as the company explained, they were getting tons of complaints about it not being a mystery due to the clear cover. So because they were getting complaints about it not being a mystery, they sent the double-sided tape, which has an opaque cover instead. I think I'd be annoyed though, because I do so much prefer poured glue to double-sided tape. I used to do a lot of double-sided tape. It used to be around a lot more than it is now. Most companies seem to be primarily sticking with poured glue because it's so much better. She says, on the other hand, she says that is the first time she has tried converting from taped to poured glue herself. See, yeah, you can end up in effect having it spoilt, being a mystery because it's got, you know, it's got a clear cover. But if you know it's coming with a clear cover, you can either replace it with cover paper really quick or get somebody else to do it. Because if you look at it really, really close up, you often can't tell what the image is. But yeah, you can't say that you're giving poured glue and then give double-sided tape. It's just not right. Marilyn, she says, hi Rebecca. She says, how can she figure out how many diamonds are in a painting? She's doing a full coverage, 13 inches by 13 inches. So if you want the rough estimate without having to count anything, what you need to do is get the distance in centimetres, not inches, because I don't know what the number is in inches. And then you want to times your width by your height. So say it was 13 centimetres, you times 13 by 13 and then times it by 14 if you've got rounds, and that will give you your answer. If it's a square painting, you want 13 by 13 by 16, and then that will give you your answer. And that gives you a rough estimation. Like, it might be out by a few diamonds, but in the grand scheme of things, considering how many thousands of diamonds tend to be in these paintings, I think you'll get away with being a couple out. That one did not want to come off my pen. Lives says she hopes that I enjoy myself at the NEC. She said it's massive. She says, so try not to get yourself lost. Yeah, I've been the NEC a few times. It is big. She also says, Teams is great, but it can be very distracting. The Teams noise for a phone call coming in is the worst noise known to man. I do not miss Teams at all. Like, it has its place. It's become big, especially during COVID. In fact, that's when we started using it, I think. But yeah, I don't use it in my business now. Not a chance. She also says, sometimes having a bit of a full deep clean and tidy, she says, makes a world of difference, she says, with your mind or mental health. She says, she often says that things have gone a little pear-shaped if things go wrong or not as expected. Exactly. That is the meaning behind the phrase pear-shaped. But yeah, sometimes a full deep clean is what's needed, but sometimes I often find you can make yourself feel loads better by doing two things. One is a tidy. So putting those little bits away that are in the wrong place, they're in no man's land, there shouldn't be anything there. Putting and tidying that away. And then my second, what I'd say, most important thing after that, sorry, there's a little fruit fly dancing in front of my face, is actually to brush or hoover your floors. And I find if those two things are done, so if you've not got a load of clutter all over the sides where it shouldn't be, and things lying about that you know aren't in the right place, somebody else might walk into your house and go, "It's tidy." And you can be like, "Well, that doesn't belong on that shelf, and that doesn't belong over there, and that might be a nice tidy pile, but it doesn't belong there." You in your own head know it doesn't belong. So tidy, and then the floors, because it's amazing how much you actually look at the floor even if you don't realise you're looking at the floor. And I would rather have my floors cleaned than have my shelves dusted. I will notice a whole lot quicker if my floors are dirty compared to if a shelf is. That could just be me, but I find those two things can help improve so much better. And then if you go on and do a clean, whether it be a full deep clean or whether it just be, you know, I'm looking after your house honest type clean, it will be so much easier because it's tidy and there's not stuff all over your floor. Yeah, you might have to hoover your floor again, but if you lose all energy after doing the floors the first time and don't get round to dusting, you'll still feel a lot calmer. Liv also says, she has hundreds of those pens. If you would like me to send, if she'd like her to send them to me. To be honest, I don't need any pens, Liv. I'm not sure which pen it is you're referring to. Possibly the AB pens or something. I have those in the shop. If I needed more, I don't need more. I've got so many floating about. Yeah, I have loads and loads. Redween says, "Hi Rebecca." Says they have completed. Oh, they completed this kit in April of this year. They started it in late December of 2023, and it was a pleasure to do. She said, with all the ABs. Have a great time. The ABs do sparkle so nice, especially the big block of it to the left. It's amazing how much sparkle it gives. And it is really nice when the light catches it. Right, I'm just trying to get a couple of these piddly little ones. Partly because I know my battery's probably going to die on me any minute. I never know when it starts flashing because it does it above my head. And I think I get a good 10 minutes from when it starts flashing, which could be enough to finish this painting. However, I don't know when it started flashing. Okay. So I've done, oh no, I've got one more that's a scraggly one. And I can't find the symbol now for looking. Where are you, Diamond? Where are you, Diamond? Seriously. I don't even have that many colours in here. Here we go, found it. This painting doesn't even have that many colours. It has 44. A chunk of them are letters and numbers, so I'm not even looking at those pots to try and find it, and I still couldn't find the symbol. 8637 said, "Hi Rebecca." Said they've been binge watching my videos, particularly my Heaven and Earth design playlist. Took 4 years to build that playlist. But they've only commented now. Oh, bless you. Said that you've been using a pen for a square painting and doing them so straight. Everyone tells me to use tweezers and follow a checkerboard method since she struggles with gaps. She says, how do you manage to use a pen and it still looks so good? Part of it is practice. You do get better at your placement and stuff. Another thing, I personally am not that keen on the checkerboard method. Like for some people it does really work. I don't like it. I prefer the step method, so doing 1 and then building up with 2 and then building up with 3. I much prefer that method for getting straight drills, but also things always look better from that bit of a distance. So when I look at this, there are some that are crooked, but overall when you step back, the whole painting itself looks fine. So I think basically you need a little bit of practice mixed in with not being quite so critical of your own work. When you've finished a section, when you've done a section, when your brain's telling you that's crooked, just take one step back and look at it. And do you still think it looks crooked? Because quite often the answer will be no. But yeah, I prefer the step method and I love using the pen. Lily says, hi Rebecca. She says, you made me laugh out loud, she says, in relation to glue sniffing. She says, love your channel. She says she's getting withdrawal symptoms from lack of daily videos though. Yeah, you have to just go cold turkey after the June waffle for a bit. Gets you used to my videos coming in over the course of a week. If I just do cold turkey for you. Right, there we go. I have actually finished my section for today. I just went to say, we'll see if my camera lets me say bye, and I heard the click. The click of my camera going, your battery's dead. Okay. It was bound to happen, to be honest. I do feel like this might have been a shorter WIP and Waffle than the other weeks. Maybe because it was just a little bit less of a section. Maybe I'm getting faster. Maybe being able to multi-place all of that helped. Who knows? But it is what it is. I've done a couple of sections. We have finished the June waffle comments, which is amazing. So we are still very much behind on comments. Looking at this, I'm down here on comments from doing this image, but it's all good. We've got many weeks to go for this painting and any future ones, and we will get through them. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Make sure you get in that me time before Monday Madness starts, and I'll speak to you all again soon.